Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Today is a beautiful day here. Temperature is about 70 degrees. It's beautiful and sunny here in Washington, D.C. As you very well know, Washington, D.C. is a city of monuments and memorials. And today, we are going to visit the latest and newest memorial to be built here in Washington, D.C. This memorial is dedicated to all the men and people who fought and died in the First World War, the first Great War, World War I. And this memorial is dedicated to them, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go there and check it out because it just opened about 2 weeks ago, and now we're going to check it out. We got 18 seconds to make this street. You think we're going to make it? Now 12 seconds. We are not even on the street yet, but I think we're going to make it. 6 seconds to make it to the end of the street. Okay, we made it. There's the Department of the Treasury, everyone. The Department of the Treasury and the White House is down Pennsylvania Avenue that way. And here's the White House gift store. You want to buy some White House gifts for your friends and your loved ones, then you can buy it here at the White House gift shop. On our way to the World War I Memorial. This is the old Emmett Grill to my left. It's a very historic place here in Washington, D.C. Many famous people have eaten here, including personalities from Hollywood, and many politicians and presidents and ambassadors and dignitaries have eaten here at the old Emmett Grill. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there it is across the street, the World War I Memorial. This was only built, it was only opened a couple of weeks ago, and as you can see, it is still pretty much a work in progress. They're still doing some kind of construction over here, some new tiling, some new landscaping here at the World War I Memorial. Let's check out the fountains here at the World War I Memorial here. The World War I Memorial started in 1914 when Kaiser Wilhelm was assassinated. But America didn't get into the war until 1917. And here's the great fountain in front of the great water feature in front of the World War I Memorial. Let me see if I can take a video of it up here from the top. Let's go a little closer here. Whether our lives and our deaths were for peace and a new hope, or for nothing we cannot say. It is you who must say this. They say, we leave you our death. Give them their meaning. This is the beautiful water cascade feature here at the World War I Memorial. As I mentioned, the World War I started in 1914, and it started when the Kaiser Wilhelm was assassinated, and America entered the war in 1917. and it finally ended in 1918. At the time, it was called the Great War. Little did they know that when World War II came around, that war would pale in comparison. Here's another feature of the World War I Memorial. This is a relief sculpture, or it will be a relief sculpture, but the relief sculpture itself is not ready yet and won't be ready until 2022. So for now, they put this drawing of what it will look like when it is finally complete, put up. Look at that little duck. We got one lone duck in the pond. Look at that. He's waiting for his buddies. Yeah, so let's continue our walk around of the World War I Memorial here. I brought a helmet that I bought a long time ago. It's a World War I doughboy helmet, and I thought I'd bring it here. Take photos of it here at the World War I Memorial, because it's the perfect backdrop for my doughboy helmet. Let's take a closer look at the relief over here. As you can see, there aren't too many people here today because it's Tuesday, it's a weekday. Most of the time the tourists come out on Fridays or the weekends, but this is the relief. Well, it will be a statue of the relief when they finally install it next year. As you can see, there's a nice reflecting pool underneath it, which reflects the relief, which will be a great effect once it's completed. You can see. Let's take an up close look at it and see. This relief symbolizes the journey of an American soldier through World War I. See, here he is leaving home, saying goodbye to his family. Yeah. And here he is joining his unit. He's saying, "Come on guys, let's go!" And here he is in battle. And here's his fallen comrade in battle. And here he is shell-shocked because of the battles. More battle casualties. And finally, victory. And coming back home again to see his family. This relief is not ready yet. It will be ready next year. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not... Well, I will get to see it next year, but you know, I'll just have to wait. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a beautiful relief. And here, this place used to be called Pershing Square. Pershing Square. And it was named after General John J. Pershing, a great military leader from that time. And this is a statue of General Pershing, the great General Pershing. John J. Pershing, General of the armies. And here is a depiction of the battles that took place during World War I. Here is the Western Front, as you can see. The battles were fought all throughout Western Europe, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany. And this is the Meuse Argonne campaign over here. Here's the story of the Meuse Argonne campaign. As I mentioned, this memorial just opened a couple weeks ago, so it's pretty much brand new. And I don't know if you remember in my past videos, it was featured, but it was still under construction. And here is some more, here's a quote from General Pershing himself. General Pershing was a great military leader for the United States back in the early part of the 20th century. And this is the World War I memorial, everyone. You can see. And across the street, that's Freedom Plaza. And that's the Trump Tower, Trump Hotel, and as you can see, the Capitol building is way down there. But this here is the World War I memorial. You can see they're doing some work on it. It's a work in progress. They opened it a couple weeks ago, but they're still kind of working on it. There's still a lot of imperfections and things that need to be fixed here at the World War I Memorial. Alright, I think it's time for me to bring out my doughboy helmet so I can take a photo of it here at the World War I Memorial. But first, let me check out this little enclave here. Look at this little table here. I guess here's a little table you can do all your things that you need to do. And here's a little plaque. It's the World War I Memorial. 1917 to 1918. Those were the years that America was involved in World War I. As you can see, here's a little description of World War I Memorial. You can even scan your code. It'll give you more information about the World War I Memorial. As I said, it was called the Great War back then, because at the time it was a great world war. Little did they know that there would be a second world war. That's the crest of the 82nd Airborne, who were born during World War I. Some more plaques over here. World War I remembered. And these are the people who funded this memorial. Thanks to them, we have this great memorial here in downtown DC. You can see there are more tourists coming in. I might want to take my photos now while it's still empty. Except I don't know. Maybe I'll take a photo right here. This will be a good spot for my photo, right? Just as soon as these people leave, I am going to do my photos. But let me take a 360 pan around. Here's a 360 pan around of the memorial. From the center of the memorial, I'll make a 360 pan around so that you may be able to see the entire scope of this memorial, as you can see. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new World War I memorial. This is the view of the little observation deck from the other side, as you can see. They list down all the famous and not so famous battles that happened during World War I. The Somme Defensive, Cambrai in France. That's the Willard Hotel right across the street, as you can see. The Willard Hotel. Here's another famous quote here. They were mortal, but they were unconquerable. Yes, there are a lot of famous quotes about the people who fought in the war. This is a quote from Alta May Andrews. If this world must become embroiled in a tremendous war to end wars, I am glad that I, too, may play a part in it. And this is a quote from President Woodrow Wilson, who was president at the time during World War I, the war to end all wars. Never before have men crossed the seas to a foreign land to fight for a cause which they did not pretend was peculiarly their own, but knew was the cause of humanity and of mankind. So here they are. This is what they're working on. They're working on the relief, the sculpture that will one day be here, called A Soldier's Journey. That will one day be here. But for now, we'll just have to content ourselves with this illustration on canvas, as you can see. Look at that duck there. He's the only duck in here. He's got the whole thing all to himself. He's like, oh yeah, I got this whole place all to myself, baby. Just swimming around like a duck. Well, I think that's it for the World War I Memorial. As I mentioned before, Washington, D.C. is a city of memorials and monuments. And this is the latest one. The First World War Memorial, dedicated to the men who fought and died in the war to end all wars, World War I. Let us honor their memories by visiting the memorial, this monument, and honoring the sacrifices that they made for this great country. For all those who fought for this country, not just in World War I, but in all the wars. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. And I salute you. Well, that's it for my tour of World War I Memorial in Washington, D.C., the brand new World War I Memorial. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you liked that. If you did like it, feel free to hit the like button down there. And while you're at it, feel free to subscribe if you so feel like it, because it really helps the channel to grow. Well, until next week, my friends, I will see you in the next vlog. See you next week.
No.